What is up, YouTuber fans, demon fans, cryptocurrency fans? It's your boy Brit VR. Welcome to the show. Behind me is my website. When you guys have a chance, go check it out. And since the price of Bitcoin is so low, you can actually come on my website and buy Bitcoin directly from Changely, an API that I put on my website, and get your crypto right here, right now. All right, guys. So Zuckerberg is talking to Congress right now. Let's listen in.
Not that that's bad necessarily, what existed today, but it arose in an environment far different than what we have today.
That's right. I agree with that. And I mean, this is the way that all systems work. I mean, you build something up, and then more requirements get placed on it over time. You build more things.
Right. Technology advances us to jump over them, right?
Absolutely. Right. So I just think that we're in a different state of technology today, where some of the advancements in blockchain and some of the things that can be done decentralized. In some cases, the combination of decentralized and centralized systems, which we're able to try to help facilitate here with Libra and as part of the Libra Association. I think just allow a lot of the costs and inefficiency to be taken out of the system. But I just think that today, you have your mobile phone, you have WhatsApp, right? You can text someone around the world. It's end-to-end encrypted. It gets there in less than a second, a lot less than a second, right? I just don't see why you shouldn't be able to send money in the same way. You should be able to get there quickly. It shouldn't take to get there, like current remittance, right? It should be free or extremely affordable. I mean, it may not be completely free because we'll have to comply with a lot of these regulations, and that will require people and work. But just like the cost of text messages used to be very high before there was competition in that space, I think that the cost of money transfers should come down dramatically too, and enabling that kind of competition and kind of a new way of thinking about the space is fundamentally what we're trying to go.
I think that's right, and what I've read about some of the choices, architecture behind the technology, it reflects that design, right? As you articulate, pegged to a basket of currencies, stable, not to be volatile, right? It's not truly centralized technology. It requires a central purpose, right? And I think that you've kind of built that architecture to power these. It gets really easy to talk about perhaps some of the unreal by technology. Easy to forget amazing people as humans because of this technology. And I want this to reach more people around the world. Already have a tremendous network with, 500 million connected to that network, right? The question is, what else can we do with that network? Make it not only more valuable more valuable for each of those people, right? And to Presley's point, each of those people that have felt for a long time disempowered, feel like they operate in a separate global economy than perhaps the developed world. They operate in a separate financial services system than the developed world. I believe what you were trying to do. And I also believe at your word in saying to comply, the goal is to get the right outcome, is to make a difference in people's lives. Facebook has already done that. That it reflects some of society's ills is not necessarily Facebook. And I think that we reflect carefully on ensuring we have the right crucible for developing this technology over time, and I appreciate the effort that you in regard to that already.
Okay, guys, so as Zuckerberg continues to get grilled by Congress, let's come over to this Bitcoin chart and we'll scoot back over to see what else they're talking about. We had a huge dip right here that everybody's been talking about today. So we went from around 8,000 to 7,300. And if we continue to fall below this resistance line, the next resistance is around this 6,700, and that's not looking good because that's not a strong resistance. The biggest resistance out of that is down here back to around 53. So what we're seeing right now, let's get closer to this, we're actually seeing a pullback, and if we can pull this all the way back to this resistance line, we can look at a strong hammer, which is an indication that this market is going to reverse. So remember to check out that, and let's see how the candles go. Remember, do not trade until you see the end of the candle, and this is a day chart. right? In the news, big news. So Trump's administration popped 2017 Bitcoin bubble. Ex-CFTC chair says, and it says the Trump administration act to deflate the Bitcoin bubble in 2007 by allowing the introduction of futures products. A former official said Monday, quote, one of the untold stories of the past few years is the CFTC, the Treasury, the SEC, and the National Economic Council director at the time, Gary Cohn, believed that the launch of Bitcoin futures would have the impact of popping the Bitcoin bubble, and it worked. The U.S. slightly manipulated the Bitcoin market with the futures. Now, it's kind of hard to say that because there wasn't a lot of volume on these derivatives, but the people who were trading were institutional investors, and people more look at these guys for trading because they know what they're doing. And another thing, it was cash settled, so it wasn't Bitcoin settled, so I don't give them full credit of that. But, you know, if these derivatives was Bitcoin settled, I'll give them a little more punch about the Bitcoin bubble. I believe they had a small, very, very small percent in the Bitcoin bubble burst, but this is something good to see. And you know from this article that the higher ups are looking at cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, and they don't want to see the value of their money fall down. They prefer to see Bitcoin fall down. So I'll leave the link to this article at the bottom so you guys can read all of it. And let's get back to Zuckerberg.
Long day. Just so I'm clear on the difference Libra and Libra. Libra is global coin or currency, or a global payment, called it in your, correct?
Congresswoman, that is correct.
Tied to a basket of commodities or currency backed by assets of Libra system. Is that correct?
Congresswoman, that is the current. So as we've discussed in testimony,
it's right.
There are other ways.
It's still fluid. And it will be monitored and held by the Libra Association, which is not for profit entity, correct?
Congresswoman, the reserve for payment system by the individual.
That's a not for profit.
That is
you
correct.
mentioned several times in your Libra, the wallet. It's where somebody put their Libra, correct?
Yes, Congresswoman.
That's a wholly owned subsidiary, correct? That Calibra is a for-profit entity. So I guess I'm kind of a little bit curious about how you're going to make money, what the business model is. Do you collect fee vendors, much like a credit card processor, or are you going to mine data and that to monetize from people, or all of the above?
Congresswoman, we're not going to share payment information from Calibra to the rest of for personalizing services. So there are a number of limits. Might have to share data if for.
So how are you going to make money?
Tax law requires it.
So how are you going to make money?
Basic method here is advertising, and the way that this.
You will still use that data for advertising purposes.
Congresswoman said no. Sorry.
Actually, I'm my time because time's about halfway up. A couple days ago, Facebook released the 2020 elections document.
Congresswoman, I can't.
Helping to protect the 2020 U.S. election.
Yes.
Now, the plan doesn't mention, but it does talk about misinformation. I assume would deepfakes fall under the umbrella of misinformation, according to your plan here?
Congresswoman, so working on a separate deepfakes policy as well.
Yes,
for
and
when
I know
it would be
you talked about
appropriate
that a
to
little
do
bit
that.
earlier. So, do you understand there's a difference in information? Aware of that concept? Information, false information, regardless of whether there's information really or propaganda, aware that there's concepts.
Congresswoman.
But it's not your position to get into what the intent of any kind of poster is, that information out there.
Congresswoman, not that it's not our responsibility, that it's not good, just that it's much harder to determine. I gave this example.
Okay, and so I have an example actually. So we all saw the video of Speaker Pelosi posted on Facebook and by a number of other folks. That was obviously content. Did that came out before this policy started? So did you have a party independent, whether it was not?
Congresswoman did have a third-party fact checker.
And how long did that fact checking?
I think I don't know how long the took, but there was an operation on our side for us to flag it for a fact checker. Once we
and then once the information came out that was an altered.
Well, Congresswoman, our policy that information.
I understand that's the policy, but what was there a recommendation down point process?
Congresswoman, fairly clear on how we should act with that.
Were you involved in making about whether that video came down or whether it remained up?
Congresswoman, yes, and part of this was, okay, this is what our policy is now, recognizing that, for example, and others highlighted for us that we separate that may be different from how we treat ordinary misinformation. That's what we're working on now. We've started by implementing this challenge to work on technical, like deepfakes and figuring out what they are, and that's how we're proceeding.
Had me at yes.
The gentlewoman from Pennsylvania is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, guys, so we're going to end the video there. Make sure you guys check out my website, BritVR Crypto. Thank you for watching. And hit the like button, hit that subscriber button. And all you guys have a good day and all you guys have a good night. And enjoy the crypto life. Peace.